We also have replacement referees that are coming to the NFL. They're actually already at all 32 training camps. They are getting ready to referee the Hall of Fame game on Sunday. So it seems that the replacement referees are here. The question is, are they here to stay? There's a chance that the referees union and the NFL strike a deal by the end of this weekend. But then there's a chance that they peeve each other off, walk off away from the table, and you have no idea what's going to happen. Negotiations are just ugly. Everybody knows that. We watched the NBA last year. We watched the NFL the year before that. NHL is going on right now, but so far they're staying out of the news and staying out of the ugly look right now. So I hope the NHL can strike a deal before they end up being another ugly sport that's negotiating. But look, is it a safety risk? I don't think so. It's not rocket science to figure out how to, call a personal foul penalty for some guy hitting a dude in the head. It's not, a genius is required to sit here and figure out what a holding penalty is. Look, being a referee is not easy. I understand that. But it's also not that hard, okay? These guys watch football. There's like 7 guys on the field helping them different angles, here, there, the other thing. You got the back judge, you got the front judge, you got the head referee, you got the sideline judges, you got the guys with the chains that move the chains, you got the guys up in the box. I mean, I don't think that it's that big of a deal. Cripaldi puts in our chat room that there's so much bias. I'm not sure what you're talking about, Cripaldi, with the bias, so please let me know. We can get into it if you would like. But look, I don't, can they be as good as normal refs? I don't know. Have you ever sat there and graded a referee? I've never taken time to sit there. There's guys I like. Referees that I like. Ed Hockley is a name that comes to my mind right away. As a referee, but look, I don't sit there and say, watch my Cowboys play a game and say, oh man, these guys are reffing, this game's gonna suck, dude. They call way too many holding penalties. No. All right, a referee crew is a referee crew. I do not sit there and grade them. I don't sit there and judge them. That's the NFL's job and the team's job, not mine. My job as a fan is to sit there and watch. Now, if I'm gonna sit there and we all get to watch some slow-mo replay, I think, the perfect example is probably the Giants Packers game in the playoffs last year. Christina, I see your question. I'll get to that in 1 second. The Giants Packers game last year, where the Giants make a tackle on Greg Jennings. Jennings goes to the ground, fumbles the ball, and they rule it as a down by contact, no fumble. But when you blatantly watch the replay, it was a fumble. Now the Giants didn't need it. They went on to win the game anyway. But it was ruled not a fumble. So there are paid referees that are supposed to be the best making a mistake. So are the new sub-referees going to make a mistake? Of course they are. You just got to hope they don't make a mistake that sits there and costs the team a game that should have won. That's all you got to hope for. And then you also, it's put in the chat room by Liz and Christina about why aren't there any women refs? Can a female referee? The answer, I believe, is no. And I think it's strictly based on the physicality of the game of football. That's strictly based on the idea of you do not want a female referee who's 140 pounds, 6 foot tall. Let's be honest, 140 pound, 6 foot tall woman, it's a pretty big woman, right? I'd think that's a pretty big woman. I don't know if 140 pounds is the right weight. I don't know anything about women's weight. You guys, Carrie tries to tell me what her weight is, and I look at her, I'm like, there's no way you weigh that. I refuse to believe it because it doesn't make sense. But your weight for women makes no sense. So if 140 pounds for a 6 foot woman is really skinny or really heavy, I apologize. I'm just guessing numbers here. But if that woman ends up stuck between a linebacker and a running back who are both over 200 pounds, who are both over 6 foot tall, and she ends up getting rocked by one of them, she is going to get hurt. Look, the men get hurt. A woman's going to probably get hurt, maybe a little worse. I don't know. It might be a sexist thing for all I know. I have no idea. I've never even actually thought of that question. Obviously, being a man, I've never really worried about why women don't referee. I know when the NBA brought women in to referee, there are a lot of men, there are a lot of NBA players that didn't like it. You know, they had an issue with the idea of it because of some of the things they might say to each other on the court, or running into one of them and knocking them down. Like, they had issues with it, but you know what? Women referee in the NBA are becoming more prevalent. There's more than just one now. There are a couple of them. There's one woman referee that I love watching her referee because she takes no crap from the players. You know, she literally just gets in their grill about, no, you can't do that. I don't want to hear it. Stop arguing with me. I don't need to hear it. Like, you gotta love that. And I think that it's an awesome idea. I don't think there's any reason that a woman shouldn't be able to pretty much do anything a man does other than stand up and pee. Other than that, women pretty much should be able to do anything a man does. Look, this is the world we live in. If you think differently, then you need to catch up with the times. Okay, I'm sorry to tell you that. I'm not trying to offend anybody in their opinions, but look, if you think women shouldn't be able to do things men do, you need to grow up, because we're in a new world, all right? 2012 here, people. Women are extremely independent, and props to them for being independent. What we got being said in our chat room? Christina mentions that there was a woman that umpired in baseball about 30 years ago. I don't think there's any women umps now in baseball. Then Christina puts, we can get hurt, but it's up to us to decide if we want to do that, and you can't argue with that. And that's what I mean. This is, see, the distraction Grapaldi puts in there, maybe I'll give you that. That one I might be able to give you a distraction, because let's be honest, if it's a very pretty woman and she's standing right there before the quarterback calls hike and he's looking up and all of a sudden they catch eye contact, well, yeah, there's a good chance that that's a distraction. But what if the referee's got pink eye and the quarterback catches eye contact with him and gets to, he's got pink eye. Like, dude, I get the idea of, it's a man's sport. I mean, maybe I'll give you that one. I don't know. Look, it's garbage, all right? If women want to referee, women should be able to referee in football. It's that simple. Now, I don't know if women want to, though. I don't know. I've never heard a story about this, and I feel that in today's time, if a woman tried to referee in the NFL and got rejected, that would become a big deal. Like, I feel like that would turn into a story. So I get the feeling that it hasn't happened. There you go. Pam, what's that name? Pam Postema umped a spring training game in baseball. So Sarah F. and Levy with a little research there. Thank you, Sarah F. and Levy. I love saying that too. Sarah F. and Levy. Sarah F. and Levy. So look, what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit one more break because we've got about 25 minutes left, and I know between the Jets stuff and the Cowboys stuff, I'll be able to fill all that time. So in 1988, Pam did the umping in a spring training game. So, I mean, that's 14 years ago, and you know nothing about it since. I think women are more interested in playing men's sports than refereeing them. That's just how I feel. I guarantee you a couple women in the WNBA play and sit there and say, I wish I could just play in the NBA. I'd rather play against better competition or whatever. I don't know. But, I think women rather play the sport than just be a referee or an umpire. I think maybe some women think that's the easy way out, taking an umpire job or a referee job. They might. I don't know. We have a lot of women in our chat room, so I don't know what you guys think about it. What would make do you think women rather play it, and that's why you don't hear more about women trying to be refs and umpires? Or are women not interested in it? Or do women just feel that isn't worth their time and they rather, do something more spotlighted? I don't know.